Law enforcement authority is about to seize assets and properties valued at over 52 million rand in a COVID-19 related corruption case. The Asset Forfeiture Unit, aided by the National Prosecuting Authority, the Special Investigating Unit and the Hawks, are targeting assets linked to 22 senior officials, service providers and other entities that are involved in alleged corruption networks within the Mpumalanga Department of Public Works. Watching those developments is our reporter Nonhlanhla Jele, who's, I presume, still in White River and joins us now. And I'm saying I presume this is the case, Nonhlanhla, because, of course, you're moving around as you continue with this mission.
Good morning to you, Ayanda, and to our viewers at home. Indeed, we are still in White River. We are actually back at the first house that we started at this morning. In terms of assets, this house is one of the biggest, hence we are back. And we can safely say the owner of the house has arrived. This, of course, after phone calls being made and him being told that we are going to wait for him. Ayanda, 22 people have been arrested so far regarding this whole matter. Others appeared in court yesterday. Others are appearing this morning. You know, as this matter continues, we also understand that other SIU members, Hawks members and AFU members are in other regions within the province of Mpumalanga, and we can safely say that other people have been served by the sheriff of the court. But just to speak to us more on that is SIU spokesperson Khanyago, just to tell us and that the Khanyago an update. How are we doing so far?
We are doing very well. We are getting updates from the other areas where the people are found and they are being served. And some are trying to run away from what we are getting there. But like we said earlier on, whether they run away or not, they are considered to be served. We will then leave the document in their premises so that they know that they are served. And here where we are now, the owner has come back, and then we are now doing the inventory of all the assets that are in the house, because it is not only the properties, but it's also the things that are in the house. We have got to do an inventory because everything that is in this house has been freezed as far as the court order is concerned.
Just for the benefit for those who are at home, how exactly do you find these people? You explained to us that there's a paper trail, there's a money trail, people connected to each other. How exactly are you doing these investigations? Of course, if you can divulge that information.
Yeah, sometimes we don't have to give all the tricks, but all we can say to you is when we start investigation, we don't investigate people. We investigate processes. And then at the end, when we found that something has gone wrong, the question then becomes who did what or did not do what. And that is how we get hold of the people that are involved. And then we are able to do what we call following the money. We look at when the money was paid from the department, in this case Public Works in Mpumalanga, to this specific person, where did the money go? Therefore, we are able to trace it until where it buys properties, until where it buys cars, and where it pays for school fees and all of these things. We are able to see that. Therefore, it is easy for us. When we go to the court, we are able to show that evidence that this money was used for this purpose. Because we want to see what the money was used for, because it was not used for what it was intended to.
And in a case like this, after they've been served and inventory has been done, what needs to happen on their side? Do they go to court? What needs to happen? Please explain that process.
Yes, from the legal point of view, when we go the first time to ask for the freezing order, we don't go there with the knowledge of the people, because if we tell them, they will make sure that these assets are gone. But once we have got the order comes, when we serve it to you, it has got a date for court. And I think in this case, it's somewhere in September. Therefore, you now have an opportunity from today. You have got 5 days to inform us that you are defending. And then after that, you've got 15 days to serve the papers, and then you appear in court to defend yourself. If you are not defending, we go then to the next level of forfeiture, and then we forfeit it, and then we then take the money back. We sell the house, take the money back to the department. But if you are going to defend it, it might take longer.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kaiser. Ayanda, SIU spokesperson, Mr. Khanyago, just explaining to us the processes. He says to us they do not necessarily follow the people when they start their investigations. However, they do follow the money, they do follow the paper trails, they do follow the patterns. We were speaking about patterns earlier on to say certain patterns reveal that certain things are done or things are not done in the way that they're supposed to be done. And in this instance, Ayanda, we had to come back to this house. As I mentioned earlier on, in the second house, the owner of the house was also called and was told that we're going to wait. So it looks like we're going to have a long day, in this particular estate in White River, because as I mentioned earlier on this morning, or just now, these two properties that we visited this morning in this estate are some of the biggest service providers, who got a lot of money from kickbacks, money that was intended to buy PPE equipment during 2021 and 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic in the country. So we are here at the moment. The curator is inside, as Mr. Khanyago has said, that they are busy taking the value, of the things that they can attach, of the things that will be sold, to try and recover the money. So we are still here on the ground in this house, and I'm sure in a couple of hours after we are done, we're going to move to the second house, because obviously we're still waiting for the owner of the second house to come back.
All right, the SIU follows the money, you follow the SIU, and we'll keep following you. Nonhlanhla Jele, for now, thanks very much indeed.